I decided to play Wii Sports Resort. Don't ask me why. I don't really... I guess it's just because I kind of enjoy the idea of it. Oh, bowling ball in the plane. If you've never played this game before, there is something interesting about it. And that interesting thing is the game has stamps, which is essentially an achievement. Like a collectible that you can get for doing a certain thing in the game. There's usually 5 in every sport, but there can be more. I think there's up to 15 in a sport. I think there's only one game that has that, and that's bowling. Oh my god, it's Peter Griffin. I didn't know Peter Griffin liked skydiving. Where'd he go? Don't see him. Disappeared. I think he might have got lost. But yeah, so there's 100 stamps in total. 15 in bowling, 5 in a couple sports, 10 in some. Just depends on the sport. But in total, across the 12 in-game sports and their various categories, there's a total of 100 stamps. On my personal save file, I think I have about 97. I think I'm missing out on like 3 or something like that. I think it's a canoeing stamp, the sword fighting stamp, and one other stamp. I don't remember what the final stamp was. I decided I would move that save file to my SD card, and instead, I would do the whole thing over again, but record it. Yeah, that sounds a little stupid, but also kind of funny. So yeah, we're gonna play some golf today. Now, I did technically already record this about 24 hours ago. However, that original recording had several audio issues, mainly being that the game audio was on 3 tracks and intensely loud. And because my microphone wasn't as loud as the game, meaning you couldn't hear me very well, I couldn't reduce the track with both of them on because it would just reduce the microphone as well, and you wouldn't be able to hear me anyways. So I decided instead I would just re-record the entire video. Yeah, about an hour worth of footage down the drain, but who fucking cares? If I'm doing it for fun, then there's nothing to complain about. How do I want to approach this? I want to be a bit to the left. And there's not much. It's going to be a tiny bit short by the look of it. But that might be okay. Actually, it might be better to just do this. Backspin it. That's probably a safer bet. Good shot. Not enough backspin though. Nice on. Still gonna get us quite close. I think this is the most I've ever been cheered for in life. Yeah. Probably pretty accurate, you know. Not a lot of left in that south wind. Just a little bit if you look up the top. This one is a little bit misleading because it tells you to go pretty much full bar, but because it's going like down a hill, you want it more on the 3.5. That's probably a little bit too much. Never mind, the south wind plays a bigger part in this than I anticipated. That's it. That was close either way. And we're in. Oh. Now that I remember, something I didn't talk about is the stamps themselves for golf. There's 5 stamps. Under par, which is finish any course, which could be 3 holes, 9 holes, or 18 holes, in less than 0 score, or par. Which means getting a single birdie and a bunch of pars, or equivalent. Chip in, which is a chip shot, where you shoot the ball onto the green using anything other than the putter, and the ball falls into the hole. King of Clubs, which is essentially the same as under par, but instead you have to be 9 under par. Ace of Clubs, the same again. Instead, you have to be 18 under par, which is -1 for every hole in an 18-hole course. And hole in one, which is kind of a chip in, but on the first shot. Oh, that's actually pretty decent win for this. So yeah, we're just going to be trying to go for as many of those stamps in probably about an hour and a half as I can. Well, that's close. But not close enough. But it will give me the chance for an eagle, which is -2. Oh, I'm going to sink it. It's like I never left. Context outside of yesterday, I haven't played this game in about 3 or 4 months. I might be a tiny bit rusty. Well, that's going to affect it. Unfortunately speaking. We could go for the chipping. I mean, I've got the extra point from the eagle. I might be able to just waste here. Oh my god, I'm incredible. Nice chip for birdie. I'm incredible at this game. Like I never left. Well, this is kind of good wind as well. Nice shot. We're not on the rough. That's good. You don't want to be on the rough because it means you can't go a full power shot. I'm going to swing a bit further back just to try and get a little bit of backspin on this. But it should be kind of fine anyways. Yeah, it went a little bit too far. But that's okay. Oh, that sucks. That'd have been a beautiful eagle putt. The fairway. But hey, we're still under par. There's one more than you might think. Because hole 16, which is it's the first hole of Classic C, which has, you go through like, the hole is like on a U-turn with like a forest section in between the start and the hole. And you can actually shoot it through the trees and land it in the hole if you're good enough. I'll be able to show you a glimpse of that later. But I don't know if I'll be able to get the hole in one. But yeah, that is a thing. If you weren't aware. Here we just aim left and shoot. Solid shot. See, I'm gonna try across several recordings to get all of these stamps. Nice. I'm making this look really easy. Yesterday I did not. Yesterday I restarted like 3 times before I got anything going. And even then it was quite scuffed. Now I'm just nailing it. It's the kind of run where like haters will say it's fake. Like, he can't actually be that good at golf, right? That's quite the angle. Oh, well, that was our first par. Luckily, we're still. I shouldn't have even tried to start speaking there. I was gonna say, luckily it won't matter because I already got an eagle. I jinxed myself. That's my first bad golfing experience of this recording. I'm now either 1 behind going into this, or I need an eagle to make up for it. I think we went just under 4 here. That's not quite what I was looking for. Ah. Well, the hero that we didn't think we wanted, but, well, now we know we needed. I don't want to take this too aggressive. Because I don't want it to roll down the hill. That is about as perfect as it gets without chipping it in. At least we're at -8. We only need 1 eagle to make up for that. Or the hole in one. Nice shot. Should be possible. That's not where I wanted backspin.
That's it.
There's a slight bump here. And another slight bump. I think it might be just a hint to the left. Gonna ball it. It was perfectly straight or slightly to the right. Or 2 -1s behind. That's fine because we hold in 1 here. We don't. Not even close. I didn't even get a birdie, man. Oh, it's falling apart. Started talking about this being a good run and I've made it fall apart.
Good par.
Right, we're gonna cut through the shortcut here. If you didn't know, the spoon makes this, if you do it right. I don't think... Okay, I'm barely making it. The spoon can make it on a full bar there, but you gotta be careful with the wind. The reason I don't use the driver is if you full bar with the driver, it can actually go too far. Over a bar. Could have eagled that. I don't think I would have anyways, but it was worth a try. All in 1. You need a bit of strength in that. That was a bit too much.
On the green.
It's a little bit deceptive. I think straight could have worked there, but it would have been a bit off to the right. I'm gonna play this just a little bit safe because a bit of downwind, a bit of south wind because of where it's coming from. Yeah, that's perfect. I could have probably gone to the edge bit, but I didn't want to risk it. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted. That's really good. If that goes in, by the way, we get what's called an albatross. Or I think it might be the Japanese version that refers to it as a double eagle. Oh, fuck. I missed. But essentially, that's just when you get a -3 or a 2 shot on a 5 par hole.
Nice shot.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Josh Millman. Wii Sports announcer. That went a bit far. We can recover this. No, we can't. That's fine. I can still get the -9. And we can still end up with 3 of 5 stamps. I even think it's... I think it is actually theoretically possible for me to still get 18. This is what I was talking about earlier with the tree section. You can just shoot through here if you aim in the right spot. It's not going in, but... Yeah, if you get it in there, that would be -3. Because it's par 4. That was a bit too weak. I wanted like a bar. Still birdie though.
Nice on.
Not bad.
Great birdie.
Won't be a bad first run. Could have probably spent a bit more time setting that up, but it should be fun. I mean, I don't really need the extra points now anyways. Might as well just get through it.
Great par.
Oh, this wind's not good for this. I'm gonna have to go the long way around. If you have, like, either, like, neutral, like 1 meter per second south wind, or forward wind, or north wind on that, you can go straight to that left section and skip having to come over here first. Can make this a lot easier. But, it should be fine. Just. I could, in theory, go for the driver chip here. I'm not going to risk it. That I'm going to do. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Great birdie.
698 score.
Excellent. Congratulations. Excellent.
There's 3 stamps. Right. I'll give this a couple more attempts, and then we'll go for hole-in-one stamp.